Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we save, making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. Just going to be me today. Tim currently traveling, so it'll just be me running solo once again. Tim will probably be back tomorrow's show, so there's that. We have a small baseball card for today, and that's it. We have currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines. I think we have 10 games today. I do not have a pitcher for the Texas Rangers, so we won't be going over that game. I also don't have a pitcher for Miami, but for Miami, I believe we do. So there's that as well. But I do have a line for that game, so we are going to be going over that game. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, quick recap of yesterday. It started off well. Just another disappointing day, massively disappointing because it was another big down day. And I've had 3 of these in the last 4 days where I've been down at least 5 units, and it's been weighing down, and it's been frustrating, and you just got to keep going and get through the rough patches. Some of these were really annoying yesterday. Mets run line, they didn't get the sweep over the Marlins. Happens. Plus 110 loser there. Won the double up on Washington, team total over, full game over. Plus 110 for the team total, even money for the full game. Winner there. Kansas City first 5 was a winner as well. They end up winning the full game. They end up completing the sweep there. They win 8-1 over the Cincinnati Reds. And that was all the wins I got yesterday. My best result was the White Sox pushing the first 5. They did lose the full game 2-0. The Cardinals lose 2-1. The Oakland Athletics lose 4-2 in extra innings. They had the bases loaded with nobody out in the bottom of the 10th, potentially being able to at least give me one more run so it could be 4-3. I cast the team total over, and the answer is no. So that was really annoying there. And then another under in the NFL when I had overs. Unders went 14-2 this week, 4-12 the week before. I think it's just a stupid rate right now, and it's annoying. And I know I said this last week, this next week I think is going to be an over week in preseason because since they've moved to 3 preseason games rather than 4, it's been the highest scoring week in 2 of the 3 years, and it's been overall the highest scoring week, 39.71 points per game compared to 34.5 and 36.5 for weeks 1 and week 2, 34.5 for week 2. 36.5 for week 1. And last week 2, was the lowest scoring week we've had in the NFL preseason since they've gone to 3 preseason games. So I expect a lot of these unders to be, and that's one thing I am going to look at when these lines come out, is where they are compared to where they were last week, because we saw a lot of 37.5s, 38.5s, 39.5s, 40s on some games. And already we're taking a look at the way these lines have opened: 35.5, 36, 35.5, 34.5, 38 for that Raider game, 34, 34, 34, 35.5, 34.5, 33.5, 31.5, 35.5. So we're seeing the markets adjust to all these unders. And I think that it could be a little bit of an over adjustment. We'll get into those later in the week. But I lose the over 38.5 in San Fran and New Orleans. And then the CFL game was a disaster. BC looked terrible. The offense looked lost. And Nathan Rourke looked like he hadn't played a CFL game in a couple years. So I lost the first half with the BC Lions. I lost the full game with the BC Lions. I lost the full game over 49. Yeah, it's just annoying, frustrating, and hopefully today's a better day. So we'll get into that there. But we'll head over to the chat, and then we will get into today's slate. Big guy on campus. Yeah. Mondays and Wednesdays will be 11 o'clock shows. Will be 11 o'clock shows because my classes are from 8 to 10:50. So that's the way we're going to have to do that there. Hell yeah, let's get it. Earle and chat, what's good? Stop Geo. Yo, what's good, Markel? What's good, Rick J? Drewski, what's going on? Yo, what's good, Joe? Kryptonite? It seems, yeah. It seems like a good total over in baseball today. I could see that. Cody Cece to the Sharks and Polinski to the Oilers. There you go. Timothy Hake, what's good? Sharks making some moves there. Shout out ESB, what's good? Nathan Cerna. Are there any Monday trends? I don't know. I'm not a trends better. I'm more of a watch the market, cap each individual games and things like that type of capper. Lost my ticket yesterday to Mets money line. Yeah. Minshew just needed one score to cover the first half over, shit the bed, and then name the starter. The Raiders are not going to be a very good football team this year. I don't think, but we'll see. I had the full game over. That was one of the only over. I had the two overs that went over this week, but I also had, I think, 7 of them that went under. 8 of them went under. So annoying there. What's good, Nicholas Handy? Drewski, guys, the over 7 in Minnesota, San Diego. That I believe that's a fun little matchup there. It's Zebby Matthews and Michael King. So that should be a fun matchup there. Royals, cash cow. I have to take a look at that. I like the over 7 in San Diego. There you go. And had to watch all the Marlins favors. Yeah, it was frustrating there. But real quick before we get into today's show, if you want to help support the channel here, you guys enjoy the content each and every day, and you guys are looking to expand your books or daily fantasy, you want to be able to shop around more, you want to be able to find the best available numbers, you want to find more books so you can sign up. They have good sign-up bonuses on a lot of these different books, whether it's a deposit match or things along those lines. Signupexpert.com. The link is in that. Link to that is in the description down below. You can help out the ESB channel here with every single time you sign up. We get a little kickback in that as well. So if you want to expand your books while helping support us be able to do the show each and every single day, use the link to that down in the description below. There. Let's get into the baseball here. We have the Miami Marlins and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks minus 210 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. The Diamondbacks off of getting swept here. I'm expecting Brandon Fad and Adam Oller for the Miami Marlins. I don't think we've seen anything from Oller this year. If we have, he's been out of the bullpen. I don't think he's started a game for these Miami Marlins yet. Let's take a look here. I want to see if I can find any stats from him because he wasn't confirmed last night when I put the spreadsheet together. No. Okay, he hasn't. I don't have any numbers on him for this year. I know last year he came up and did not look particularly well. He was part of, I think, the Chris Bassett trade with the Mets, where he was a Mets prospect that went over to the A's in that trade. He was a 20th round pick out of Pittsburgh. He did pitch with the Oakland A's last year, went 1-1 with a 10.07 ERA and 19 2/3 innings. I don't expect much from Adam Oller. Brandon Pfaadt on the other side is who I'm expecting for Arizona. 4.02 ERA, 0.96 WHIP, 8.9 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%. 0.86 walks per nine, a 286 BABIP, a 2.73 FIP, and a 3.25 SIERA. The bullpen edge goes towards the Diamondbacks. The hitting edge goes towards the Diamondbacks. 147 WRC plus, which is second, compared to 102, which is 16th. This line has not moved. As for the side, opened up at 205. It stayed there. It's opened up at an 8. It's now an 8.5. So we have a half-run line movement towards this over here as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one here. All markets. 83% of tickets, 81% of the cash is on the Diamondbacks, 63% of tickets, and 67 and 63 on the over here. I expect Adam Muller to get hit in this game if he goes very far at all. And I expect the Diamondbacks coming in off of getting swept. All of a sudden, the Diamondbacks have lost 3 in a row. I look for this to be that get-right series. They're facing the Marlins. And let's take a look what the run line is. It's minus 120 over on FanDuel, minus 120 over on Bet365. I'm going to move on it here at the run line. In this spot here, run line minus 120 for the Arizona Diamondbacks to get our day started. Let's get into the chat. Let's see. KC run line and the 1.5 and 2.5. There you go. Good luck. I need to take a deeper look at that game. Morning Untouchable. Timmy Free Show. Yeah, he's currently traveling. So it's just me for today as he's currently traveling. Over 8. Yeah, we're starting to see lines going up to the 8.5 for this game. So I can definitely see it being an over. Diamondbacks, maybe a team total over as well. I look for them to be able to put up runs in this game. Diamondbacks run line. Those Marlins ruined Blackburn Day. They did. And the over 8. I could see the over 8, yeah. Brandon Pfaadt over K's. I could see that as well because the Marlins do strike out a lot. Just the usual Marlins Nerfy and whoever they play money line. I like it. D-backs, team total, and team total over and the run line. Yeah, I expect this as a get-right series for the Diamondbacks if they want to take themselves seriously. Los Serpians, first 3 money line, first 5 money line. There you go. Miami, that big of a dog at home? Wow, yes, Miami is that bad. They are that bad. So, yep, I'm starting my day off with Arizona run line. Let's keep it moving along. Cincinnati Reds and Toronto Blue Jays. This is another game where the pitcher was kind of unknown for a while in this game. And then we got Aguilar for the Reds and Gausman for the Blue Jays. Line opened up 170, still a 170. And line opened up at an 8 at minus 120, still an 8 at minus 120 over on Caesars. We do not have a bet online number for this one yet. 85% of tickets, 94% of cash is on the Blue Jays. 82% of tickets, 83% of cash is on the Reds. Aguilar for the Reds. I need to take a look to see if he has pitched at all for the Reds this year or pitched at all in general. I do not see Aguilar here. All right, so this is his first appearance for the Reds. On the flip side, Kevin Gausman, 3.31 ERA, 1.13 WHIP, 5.6 strikeouts per nine, which is 16%, 3.57 walks per nine, a 218 BABIP, a 4.59 FIP, and a 5.47 SIERA. Bullpen edge does go towards the Reds, but the hitting edge goes towards the Blue Jays, 107 WRC plus, which is 14th, compared to 94, which is 20th. This Reds team has been very confusing this year. They've been kind of disappointing this year. I feel like they are last year's Padres. Their run differential is really good, but for whatever reason, they just can't win games. And so they're coming in off of getting absolutely destroyed in a 3-game sweep against the Royals. And I don't look for that to get any better. I don't have an interest in this game. Laying this type of number with the Blue Jays is a no thank you for me. It's a pass in this game here. No action here for me. I don't know what to expect from that Reds pitcher either. Miami coming in fat and happy as well. There you go. I always try to avoid minus 165 faves. Lowest money line win percentage, any line over the last several years. Yeah, I play run lines. If they do get that high or minus one lines, depending on if I can get the minus one line at a reasonable price. The most I lay is $1.40. That's like my peak is $1.40 or minus 140. So that's the highest I go. So yeah, I understand that. Reds plus 145. There you go. F and them Jays, Reds money line. I mean, Reds at that number are very appealing. Reds plus 1.5 in the over 8. De La Cruz home run and Reds money line plus 750. Sheesh. All right. But we'll move on to the next matchup here. The New York Mets and the Baltimore Orioles. And I feel like with the Mets, we've entered the 10-game stretch now. These next 10 games which will probably eliminate them from any type of playoff contention. They get 3 against the Orioles. They get, I believe, 4 against the Padres and 3 against the Diamondbacks, or 3 against the Padres, 4 against the Diamondbacks, something along those lines. They have 7 games against Arizona, San Diego. And then they have 3 with Baltimore beforehand. Granted, Baltimore's not playing their best baseball at the moment. For this, let's take a look here. Kind of interesting line movement here, though. This line opened up with the Mets as minus 123 favorites, and now they're up to a 133. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 117. It's now an 8.5 minus 126. So we do have a move towards the Mets in this game, which is interesting. Sitting 86% of the tickets, 91% of the cash is on the over. The line's moved from an 8.5 to from an 8 to an 8.5. 73% of the tickets, 95% of the cash on the Mets. So we have money coming in on these Mets. The lines, the markets are respecting it. David Peterson, Trevor Rogers. Rogers has not been good. 5.55 ERA, 1.64 WHIP, 5.81 strikeouts per 9, which is 12%, 3.33 walks per 9, a 3.41 BABIP, a 4.41 FIP, and a 5.44 SIERA. David Peterson, don't look now. He's been really solid for the Mets this year. 2.96 ERA, 1.35 WHIP, 7.9 strikeouts per 9, which is 21%, 4.94 walks per 9, a 267 BABIP, a 4.12 FIP, and a 4.88 SIERA, though kind of has me pumping the brakes here. On maybe a play on Peterson here. Maybe it's a Mets team total because I'm not a fan of Trevor Rogers. The bullpen edge goes towards the Mets, but the hitting edge goes towards the Orioles. Maybe the Orioles can make Peterson pay for having a high FIP and high SIERA. 126 WRC plus, which is 6 compared to 98, which is 22nd. I mean, you look at what Peterson has done this year, 7-1 with a 3.04 ERA, 71 innings pitched. He's been good for the Mets, and they've been winning his starts. And that makes me very interested in the New York Mets in this game. And the line movement tells me that the Mets are probably worth a look here as well. This line moving towards the over definitely piques my interest there. And maybe this is just a Mets team total over, full game over type of move here. With the way it is, 86% of tickets, 91% of cash is on the over, but this line's moved towards set over here, so that doesn't worry me as much. And I want to take a look at what the weather looks like for this game here at Citi Field. Winds start blowing out, and we got decent humidity up in the 78%, 8-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, and that goes out to right field, and that goes to side later in that game. I think this game goes over the total. Is kind of the way I'm looking at this one here. And the Orioles have kind of been struggling a little bit as of late. I kind of want to go Mets team total over full game over here in this game. The Mets team total is going to be a 4.5 at a decent number. I look for them to hit Rogers. I do. And I think we could see this Mets offense come alive a little bit here. Against Baltimore. Even after 2 runs yesterday, I think they can do better than that today. Previous to that, I mean, 4, 7, 6, 9, 4. Like, their offense has been fine, and they continue this home run here. I look for them to potentially bounce back after that loss against Miami yesterday. I think it's a Mets team total over full game over spot for me here in this one. I'm going to write that down. Seeing that it's just me running solo, I'm going to write down the plays I would like to bet, and then I will bet them after the show. So I'm not spending time. I'm not spending time betting these on the show. So it'll be Mets team total and over. Look at the Mets team total over, full game over in this one. Head back to the chat. All right, let's see. Earle, did you end up getting a jersey from your Fanatics points? I'm working up towards it. I'm still working towards it. I'm getting close to one, which I got to figure out which jersey I would like to get. But I'm getting close to one. Reds first round run line. That's not a bad look. Baltimore money line. I bet the Orioles, only bet so far today. Plus money with Baltimore. I'll take it. Yurfie and over. I can see that there. Mets fade at home. Do they? I feel like they've been. What have they done at home this year? The Mets. At home, they are 33 and 32. They're above 500 at home. They're 3 games over on the road. So they're still a winning team at home. Over 8.5. Baltimore first 5 money line lean. I couldn't get the Mets right yesterday. Yeah, be a goldfish when it comes to this there. First 5 over 4.5. I kind of lean that way there. I'm leaning another plus money Nerfy sweat. Good luck. Mets destroy the O's. I kind of like that. Yeah, no. Whatever. 7-4 final. I can see that. Someone told me the Mets have the most expensive roster in the MLB. 0 excuses this year. They don't. I don't believe they do. And a lot of that is money that's Max Scherzer. That was Justin Verlander and things along those lines. They're up there, but no, this was a bridge year for the Mets. I'd go Mets first 5, Orioles full game. Mets just find ways to lose games late, but I'm worried about that dumpster fire Kimbrel showing up. There you go. Mets might win tomorrow, but not today. Fair. Coin flip. Back on Gunner RBI. Yeah, I always expect the Mets to give me runs today. I don't know if they win the game or not, but I look for them to give me runs in this game. But we'll move on to the next matchup here. The Boston Red Sox and the Houston Astros. The Astros are on -120 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here between Tanner Houck and Yusei Kikuchi. Finally, some line movement towards the Houston Astros. That's kind of what I wanted to see here. -128. Now it's a 134. And the line opened up in an 8 at -115, and it stayed put. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here, where we have 88% of tickets, 90% of cash is on the over. 27% of the tickets and 72% of cash is on the Houston Astros, and the line's moving against them here. My bad. It's on 27 and 72 is on the Red Sox. So the sharp money on the Red Sox, and the line moving the opposite way now, expecting Kikuchi to have a good start. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Tanner Houck and Yusei Kikuchi. Houck's not been very good. 4.85 ERA, 1.58 WHIP, 4.55 strikeouts per 9, which is 11%. 4.25 walks per 9, a 293 BABIP, a 5.63 FIP, and a 5.40 SIERA. On the flip side, Kikuchi, 4.78 ERA, 1.25 WHIP, 12.65 strikeouts per 9, which is 33%, 3.42 walks per 9, a 323 BABIP, a 3.1 FIP, and a 3.15 SIERA. The bullpen edge goes towards the Astros. The hitting edge does go towards the Red Sox. Red Sox offensively have been pretty good as of late, which does lend me to like the over a little bit in this game. It's a little public with 88 and 90 on it, but I believe this line has not moved. So that ultimately, I think, is going to keep me off a total in this game. Maybe it's an Astros team total over. I lean Astros in this game if I had to bet a side. I think that the market going the opposite way of the sharp money is kind of it not respecting the sharp money on these Boston Red Sox and expecting the Astros to take care of business in this game. That's my lean in this spot, would be the Astros, but not a game I'm going to be getting involved with most likely here. Extendo clip, Astros -3.5. Wow. Kind of want to take the Red Sox. Fair. Over 8. Yeah. I can kind of lean that direction, but I don't like that the line hasn't moved. The Sox are tricky. They're capable of 5+ runs any game. Of course they are. They were a team that I cashed multiple team total tickets with against those Baltimore Orioles. So they are a team that I would look to more back Boston team totals than I would money lines, because I know that offense can give me runs. But it's just the pitching staff is a big question mark for me there. Devers home run. Fair. Teams hit better when they play inside. Boston Red Sox money line for Panger Life there. Devers and Altuve bases. He's wearing a wire. Altuve to wear a wire. To wear a wire HR, a home run. Are we still referencing that 7 years later? Like, I get it. It happened. But it's 7 years later, guys. Like, those jokes are just, I mean, we're not making Deflategate jokes anymore. That was years ago. Feel like it's time to move on from the trash can jokes and stuff like that. We'll move on, though, and this does look like a cash cow now. Line opened up at a 180. It's now -221 for the Kansas City Royals. A massive line movement towards the Royals here. Total 9 in this spot. Let's take a look at the tickets here. 87% of tickets, 87% of cash on the Royals. The line moving heavily towards it. 88% of tickets, 91% of cash is on the over in this one here. The Royals looking like a cash cow in this game. Carson Fulmer and Seth Lugo. Lugo has kind of regressed a little bit as of late, but let's get into it here. Fulmer, 5.79 ERA, 1.33 whip, 6.94 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 3.47 walks per nine, a 254 BABIP, a 5.7 FIP, and a 5.06 SIERA. On the flip side, Lugo, 5.23 ERA, 1.10 whip, 5.23 strikeouts per nine, which is 14%, 2.48 walks per nine, a 235 BABIP, a 4.21 FIP, and a 4.98 SIERA. The bullpen edge goes towards the Kansas City Royals. The hitting edge goes towards the Royals as well. 126 WRC plus, which is 6th, compared to 85, which is 24th. Royals run line will be an ad for me here. Royals -1.5, and that'll be cow. So it's a cash cow play for me. Royals run line in this spot. Everything correlates for them to be a run line play today. It's such a funny meme. Some things never age. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Half that roster isn't even there anymore. KC run line with the over 9. Yeah, I could see them putting up runs in this game. Royals -1.5 in a parlay. Bobby Witt Jr. anything. I mean, you could probably take Bobby Witt Jr. over runs, hits, RBIs with the Royals money line and make it a really nice, juicy parlay or same gamer, something along those lines. Because I know Fanatics gives me a boost on same game parlays, $10 bets, small bets. But I'm kind of interested. I just want to see what that is, what it would be boosted. Bobby Witt hits, runs, RBIs with the Royals money line. I'm kind of interested to see what that would be. And I kind of want that to be my same game parlay on Fanatics. See here, yeah, I get $25 same game parlay profit boost. Royals money line -240. And then let's get the hits, runs, RBIs up for that. I just want to see what it has to be a +300 parlay for me to boost it. So I probably won't be able to boost it there. Batter props. Let's see it here. They don't have. Okay. So hits, Bobby Witt over 1.5 hits and the Royals money line is plus 170. And you can add there we go. Now I can boost it to plus 375. I'll make this a bet. Not an official one, but with my boost plus 375. Royals money line, Bobby Witt over 1.5 hits and over half an RBI. So there you go, plus 375 with the Fanatics boost for those wanting that. But before we get into the second half of the card, quick shout out to one of our sponsors here, W Energy, energy drinks and powders. They are a alternative to the other energy drinks. If you guys are looking for a more natural energy drink with no sugar, no added, no artificial fillers or dyes or colors, and with their formula, it helps with focus and concentration, and with their ingredients as well, it will lead to no crashes and no jitters when with it as well. So check out our sponsors there, W Energy. If you use the promo code Earle SportsBets, it'll save 10% off your order. If you guys are just looking to dip your toes in the water, they have a sampler pack, which is 3 of their flavor packs and the shaker to go with it as well there. So we'll head into the second half of the card. Only 4 more games remaining here. The Tampa Bay Rays and the Oakland Athletics, minus 115 for the Rays, total of 7.5 in this game. Annoying loser with the Athletics yesterday. Let's get into this line history here. Interesting line history with this line opening up at a 131. It got down to a 117 this morning when I was typing up the lines, and now it's a minus 125. So we have a 6-cent line movement here towards the Oakland Athletics. Line opened up at an 8, down to a 7.5. So move towards the under here as well. So move towards the under and move towards the Athletics, expecting Boyle to pitch okay. 98, 99 on the over, and then 69% of tickets, 67% of cash on the Rays. The line's moving towards the Oakland A's. Oakland brings some decent appeal here. Now, with Boyle, I do not expect him to go far into this game. He last pitched against the Mets, which I believe he actually looked pretty good in that game there. He went 7 innings, gave up 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 walks, and a 7-3 win over the Mets. He went 6 innings in his previous start, gave up no runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 6 innings pitched. That was nope, those were last year. That was last year. This year, he's started 8 games, and he's 2-5 with a 7.39 ERA. I apologize. Those were against the Angels and the Tigers. I was reading his numbers off. He's been bad this year. Really, really bad. And on the flip side is Tage Bradley. 5 ERA, 1.22 whip, 9 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%, 3 walks per 9, a 274 BABIP, a 4.21 FIP, and a 3.86 ERA. The bullpen edge goes towards the Rays. The hitting edge, though, goes towards the Oakland A's. 112 WRC plus, which is 9th, compared to 95, which is 19th. I have an interest in Oakland in this game. The line is telling me almost everything you need to know. This is arguably been Tampa's best pitcher as of late. Now, he has regressed a little bit, Tage Bradley. And I can see the argument here that for Oakland in this game, and I kind of lean in that direction. I kind of want to see what this line movement's been for the first 5, because I lean for the first 5 money line rather than the full game money line. Unfortunately, my live odds, there we go. Now, okay, of course I hit refresh once it loads up again. Is acting up right now, but Oakland does appeal to me here. It'd be Oakland first 5, which I think I might put Oakland first 5 with question marks. Next on my page here, and there we go. First 5 is loaded. Let's see what this first 5 number is done. Tampa's favored in the first 5, still minus 125, and it's moved 3 cents towards Tampa. Yeah, I don't know how to approach this game yet. I want Oakland in some way, shape, or form. I just don't know how yet. So it's a pass for me at the moment. Let's see. There we go. KC Day. Yeah. Let's get it. Yeah. Witt, junior home run. Perez RBI and Kansas City money line. There you go. They're a cash cow, -1.5 of them, not money line. Yeah, no, I'm gonna play the run line, just with the same game where I did the money line instead. I got his rookie card. Probably should send a PSA soon. There you go. With Junior, yeah. If I'm doing props, I'll put the money line just in case shenanigans happen on a straight run line. Money is money. There you go. Yes, exactly. Yeah, the double results, not a bad look either. First 5 full game money lines with the Kansas City. Oh, you said run line for the full game, yeah. Rays first 5. From what I can see, a lot of the U.S. books don't even let you same game parlay hits, runs, RBIs with other stuff. They're avoiding that exposure, like same game parlays where you can have majority. Yes, yeah. That San Fran guy versus LA Angel versus A's game was crazy yesterday. It pissed me off. Pissed me off that I couldn't get one more run for those Oakland A's for that team total. A's money line with the over 7, expecting Taves Bradley to get hit, and I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Playoff atmosphere in Oakland yesterday. Yeah. Also, they're traveling from Oakland. No, they're staying in Oakland. This is still in Oakland. Yep. Still in Oakland. So Tampa is traveling all the way from Tampa to Oakland. That's a tough spot there. A's got to be pissed about, the runners left on base. Yeah. Rays -2.5. Rays team total over. Yandy Diaz home run and over 1.5 bases. Rays been putting up runs lately. Winning 3-game winning streak. Yeah, they swept the Diamondbacks. 5+ in each game. Yeah. Wasn't Tampa in LA? No. They just swept the Diamondbacks at home. No. We'll move on, though. 3 games remaining on this card. San Diego Padres -155 favorites with a total of 7.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here. Zebby Matthews and Michael King. Line opened up 141. It's now 153. Line opened up at a 7.5 -120. It's now a 7 and -118. Expecting King to pitch really well in this game. 98-98 on the over. 82% of the tickets, 88% of cash is on the Padres. The line moving towards it here. Kind of interested, maybe a little bit in the under in this game, but both these teams have been hitting really well. Zebby Matthews has pitched 1 start so far. He got the win against the Royals in his first career start. We backed him in that game. He went 5 innings. 5 innings, 2 earned runs, no walks, 5 hits, 5 strikeouts. Kind of what we expect. He's not going to beat himself. You're going to have to hit him. He's going to throw a lot of strikes. He's not going to walk anybody. There's going to be no free passes here for the Padres today. So maybe if you're somebody who likes to look at props there, I want to take a look here. Walks allowed under 1.5 walks is -175. Okay, so they know about Zebby Matthews. He's not going to walk anybody. He had one of the best walk rates in minor league baseball. So there's that. And on the flip side, Michael King's been absolutely phenomenal for the Padres. 2.22 ERA, 0.9 WHIP, 11.84 strikeouts per 9, which is 35%. 1.85 walks per 9, a 296 BABIP, a 169 FIP, and a 2.48 CR, suggesting to me he should continue doing exactly what he's doing, and that's shoving. Bullpen edge going towards the Padres. Hitting edge goes towards the Padres. 130 WRC plus, which is 3rd, compared to 122, which is 7th. I lean Padres -1 in this game if I had to back anything in this spot. But it's probably going to be another no play for me in this game. Padres a little public, but they're not too public where I'd completely shy away from the Padres in this game. It's just a lean towards them, not a bet on them, though. So lean Padres -1, but a no play here for me. Let's see. 45-minute flight. Never mind. Yeah, no. Twins +135. Let's get it. Good luck. San Diego first 5. Minnesota full game. I like that bullpen for San Diego, and I would argue the other way. San Diego with the over 7.5, expecting Zebby Matthews to get hit a little bit there. That's fair. Profar home run, whenever his name. Jurickson Profar home run. Don't hate that. Jeffers home run. King has been an absolute monster. He absolutely has. He's been sick with this team, and I love that being able to go in a rotation and have him be your potential 3, pitching the way he has. That's awesome. I think this line is wide, but I could be wrong. Fair. And bad spot for the Twins. Yeah, it could be. Very well could be. 2 games remaining on this card. The Chicago White Sox and the San Francisco Giants. The Giants minus 225 favorites in this game with a total of 8 in this one. Take a look at the cash flow or the line history in this game here, where it opened up at, if it'll click here, it opened up at a 220. It's up to a 230. So we have a line movement here towards them. Line opened up at an 8. It's been no line movement on this total, and a 10-cent line movement towards the Giants. This is looking like cash cow material here. 94% of tickets, 91% of cash is on the Giants. The line's moved at least 10 cents towards the Giants. They're a public home favorite. The total about 8 or higher. There you go. 98% of tickets, 99% of cash is on the over, with the line moving towards the with no line movement on the side. Just making sure it's 8. It is 8s across the board. We have Jonathan Canning and Kyle Harrison. Cannon, 3.34 ERA, 1.28 whip, 4.85 strikeouts per 9, which is 13%, 3.03 walks per 9, a 258 BABIP, a 5.6 FIP, and a 5.58 SIERA. On the flip side, Kyle Harrison, 4.32 ERA, 1.12 whip, 10.8 strikeouts per 9, which is 29%, 3.24 walks per 9, a 232 BABIP, a 509 FIP, and a 3.54 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Giants. Hitting edge goes towards the Giants here in this spot. It's going to be another run line spot for me here in this game. Cash cow spot for the San Francisco Giants. Enough of a line movement to warrant that. So it's going to be Giants run line for me. I will be betting that after the show. So now I have 3 run lines on my card for today. So that should be fun. I will have a dog on my card, and that'll be the next game. But yeah, another run line here for me. Giants run line. Giants money line, Baltimore money line, KC money line parlay. I'd go Giants. I'd go Giants, Royals, Diamondbacks. I'm that Orioles spot. I'm not a fan of there. I think Rodgers is vulnerable. Under 8, I could see that. My total is 7.5. Where are you seeing 7.5? Let me look it up on BetStamp so I have a little bit more of a wide range here of totals, because I'm seeing mostly 8s with some 7.5 sprinkled across the board, but those 7.5s are juiced towards the over to a factor where they're going to get there where they are 7.5s, they're going to be 8s. So, yeah, Giants run line. There you go. Grabbed San Fran run line last night on FanDuel, was hanging at even money. Nice. The rest of the market moved to minus 110 or worse at that point. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to be getting minus 110 on Fanatics for that run line. So nothing crazy there. True Rogers sucks. Thanks for saving me. Yeah, I like that Mets team total over on Hard Rock. There you go. And then we will head to our final game here. Let me just write it down, as much as I don't want to really back this team. The Dodgers are minus 135 favorites with a total of 8.5 in this game. We have Gavin Stone versus Brian Woo in this matchup here. Line opened up at a 142. It's down to a 128. A 14-cent line movie here towards the Seattle Mariners. Line opened up at an 8.5, minus 117. It's now an 8, minus 115. Take a look at the cash flow in this game here, where we have 83% of tickets, 91% of cash is all over the Dodgers, and they're making the line more and more and more appealing to bet the Dodgers, just begging for that Dodger money. 74% of the tickets and 69% of cash is on the over. The line dropping there as well. Brian Woo has been really good as of late. 1.48 ERA, 0.79 whip, 8.01 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%. 0.59 walks per 9, a 247 BABIP, a 202 FIP, and a 3.25 SIERA. On the flip side, Gavin Stone, 5.11 ERA, 1.46 whip, 6.93 strikeouts per 9, which is 17%, 1.46 walks per 9, a 316 BABIP, a 5.93 FIP, and a 4.35 SIERA. The bullpen edge does slightly go towards the Dodgers, and a 1 WRC plus edge towards the Dodgers for hitting 110 WRC plus, which is 11th, compared to 109 for the Mariners, which is 12th. they've been slightly above average hitting, and this is a team that hits much better on the road than they do at home. Granted, they lose more on the road because their pitchers don't pitch well on the road. This is Mariners money line for me though. In this spot, the markets, even if I wasn't betting against the Dodgers every single day, this would be a Mariners spot for me. I see a pitching edge with the Mariners, and I don't see enough of an edge for the bullpen and the hitting to really keep me off of that there. And the markets are screaming Mariners in this game as well, with all the money on the Dodgers and them making it more appealing to bet the Dodgers. So I will be on the Mariners to close out my card here, and I'm seeing around plus 115, plus 120 range there. So I will be on the Mariners to finish off my card. So that is that. We'll head over to the chat, and then we will recap and head on out. Let's see. Mariners money line. Yes, Mariners money line. LOL, the Dodgers, America's team. Yeah, aka the public, the betting public's team. Yes, they are the betting public's team. I don't like to bet Seattle, but I got to ride with Woo today. Yes. Woo only pitches 88 pitches a game. Yeah, he'll give you 6-7 innings from it, though. I'm going with a simple two-teamer, KC, San Fran, plus money. Love it. I don't hate that whatsoever. If you want to run KC, San Fran, and Arizona in a 3-team round robin, that's probably not a bad idea either for people who are interested in that. Woo's best pitch is his sinker, but he hasn't used it much since his injury. Was his biggest backer, but now I'm not certain on him anymore. He's been just fine the last few starts. Like he over the last 30 days, he's pitching to a sub 1.5 ERA. I don't see anything wrong with Woo right now. With the way he's been pitching. Because let's take a look at his game logs, where he gave up no earned runs on 7 hits against Detroit in his last start. Granted, he's had back-to-back against Detroit, and 3 of his last 4 games have been against Chicago, Detroit. He also threw 7 shutout innings against the Philadelphia Phillies. So he has the ability to pitch really well. I like Woo. KC and San Fran run line, Mariners first 5. There you go. And the over 8.5, I can see the over, yeah. Nerfy as well. Woo over K's. I can see Woo over K's as well. But one last thing before we recap and head it on out. If you guys are looking to head to a sporting event, concert, or any other shows or events, head over to SeatGeek. They for all of your ticketing needs, they grade your ticket. They grade tickets on sale from a red to green scale to tell you which tickets have the best value according to their price. You guys shop around and you look for the best lines. You look for the best value in sports betting with all your different books when you sign up with signupexpert.com. Why not do the same with your tickets when you want to go to the sporting events that you're going to be betting your money on? Use SeatGeek. They will give you the best value on tickets there. And if it's your first time using SeatGeek, you can use the promo code ESB and it'll save you $20 off of your purchase there over at SeatGeek. We'll head back to the chat and then we'll recap and head on out. Texas Rangers, I would love to know who's pitching for them. I got nobody. That's the only line I didn't have for today. Today's show was the Rangers line there. Always, thank you for the chat. Not a problem. Anyone on DK, you're doing a home run prop, a plus 150 odds boost for any player. Well, we mentioned him earlier in the show. We threw a little same game parlay with him there. Bobby Witt Jr. We'll go Bobby Witt Jr. to hit a home run today against the LA Angels in that spot. I've already bet the Diamondbacks run line at minus 120. I have 5 plays I'm going to add after the show here, and it's going to be the New York Mets team total over and the full game over against the Baltimore Orioles. The Kansas City Royals is a cash cow spot. Same with the San Francisco Giants. And then the Seattle Mariners to close out my card full game money line there as well. But that is going to wrap it up for today's show. Want to thank you guys as always for watching. We'll catch you guys same time, same place for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Good luck, guys.